All right. Well, hello, everybody. I am super excited about today's class slash demo, whatever we want to call this. So we are joined by Drew Fabricant and Michael Ehrlich from Scout, which is a really cool company that I've been working a little bit with. You can actually blame them for my new obsession with ChatGPT and all things AI. They asked me, oh gosh, I guess beginning of the year or so to serve on their advisory council to kind of help refine some of their technology and give a user perspective. And I'm like, wow, what is this? This is really cool. And I kind of fell down that rabbit hole. And I've actually created some amazing stuff. And I've come up with some really cool ideas that I'll be sharing with you guys, as time goes forward. But they've actually taken some of the feedback from our talks and integrated it into their system. I'm sure they were already working on it. It's not like I came up with the idea or anything, but the idea that I was talking to them about was, I want this to be something that agents can access very easily and simply and use effectively. Because new technology, there's always a learning curve. And you guys are busy. You don't have time to sit around for hours and hours and hours trying to figure out how to use AI. So my experience with things like ChatGPT and Scout's system is if you're really good at telling the computer what you want, you get really good results. If you're not so great at that, it doesn't give you exactly what you're looking for. So what they've kind of done is created a very simple way that we can literally push a button, type a few things, and it spits out something awesome. So I'm not going to steal that thunder, but they're going to kind of show us that, but they're also going to give us some cool tips on how we can leverage AI in our businesses. You guys have heard me probably say recently, AI is not going to replace real estate agents. It's not going to really probably even change the process that much, but it's going to help us work more efficiently. It's going to save us tons of time. If you guys knew how many hours this thing has saved me personally already, it's just amazing. Like even just dumb stuff like, oh, we need a conceal and carry policy for the company. Bam, I have a conceal and carry policy. Otherwise, I'm sitting there doing research and trying to figure out the clauses I have to add and this and that. It's amazing. Like I said, I've got some really great ideas I'll be sharing over time, but I don't want to take up any more intro time. I'm going to turn it over to them. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a really enlightening meeting. So take it away, guys.
Thanks so much for the intro, Stephen, and hello, everybody. It's great to be on here. Stephen kind of nailed it, right? He's been on our advisory board, and he's been so incredibly helpful. Our goal, our mission, is really to take a lot of this AI, all of these sales tactics, these things that big enterprise use, and make it really simple, effective, efficient, affordable for you guys to use in your everyday, so you can save a ton of time. And I'm going to take you through just kind of like an overview of what Scout is, what you're going to learn on this. I don't know, it could be 30 minutes. If Mike goes longer, it could be 4 hours, but we'll try to keep it pretty short. Scout is an AI platform that real estate agents use to help them with marketing and sales. And what we're going to take you through today is 3 ways to grow your business using AI. So at the end of this, our goal is to show you how to use AI, save time, predictably grow your pipeline, right? That's what everybody wants, usually more sellers. And that's what we built Scout for. We're also going to show you how 95% of it can be automated. So you can start generating conversations with owners. You can start generating conversations with people in your sphere, and you don't have to do it with a lot of money. You don't have to do it with a lot of stress, anxiety, all of that stuff. Again, it's cost effective. It's incredibly bright. It does the work for you. It's like having a personal assistant that multitasks and does your everything. So we're going to show you how, number one, you can establish yourself as a thought leader. So you don't have to keep relying on your sphere, right? Every single person has probably exhausted everybody at their Thanksgiving table. We're going to show you what happens when you move past, your immediate friends and family. Leverage what you already have so you can get more customers, and again, automating the entire thing. So number one, how do we, kind of become that person where everybody in the community comes to be that knowledge base, that source. Great example, whether you like him or hate him, this guy right here, Ryan Serhant, he is the king of content. I actually wanted to see what he was doing so well that he was able to generate this massive, massive following in 1 week alone. I counted 40 new LinkedIn posts, 100 Twitter posts, 40 Instagram, 62 Instagram Reels, and a Forbes article that he put together. So this guy is literally up all day and all night. I think he said that he spends, and this is wild because there's only 24 hours in a day, but 18 and a half of them driving content. I'm sure, there are some assistants involved in this. But we're going to show you how you can reduce this by more than 14 hours, right? So you can do the same exact thing that he does in, call it an hour, 2 hours, some maybe even less. We're also going to show you how to leverage what you have, right? Buyers to get sellers, sellers to get buyers, how Scout can automate all of this through running campaigns automatically. And Mike's going to take you through some of that. And then we're going to show you how to automate the entire thing so that you can take, what we have, it's data on like 350 million people throughout the United States. We can group them, organize them, create lists for you, and then get out to every single person in your neighborhood automatically without you having to do a thing. You've probably heard enough from me and you're tired of slides. So I'm going to turn it over to Michael. He's going to actually show you how this works. And I'll let him take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Drew, for that overview. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go live and show you guys the thing, so that it kind of it makes more sense. I'm gonna dive into the playground. That's the AI portion of this, and then I'll show you some of the other things. But let me go ahead and share my screen so you can see what it is I'm talking about. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign in with Google. I'm going to choose my email, and then this is our dashboard. What I want to navigate is to the playground. So I'm sure everybody's kind of heard, the buzz about AI and ChatGPT and just all this stuff. I mean, it's not that AI is new. It's just like everything else. There's a lot of hype around it right now. But it's really, and then the other thing is like, will AI replace real estate agents? No, it will not replace real estate agents, but you need to be able to use it in order to help scale your business and automate a lot of the things that you're doing, right? So what this is really meant to do is it's here to help you create content, create marketing information that you can then share either through your newsletter, through an email, on social media. There's a bunch of different places that you'll be able to repurpose this content. Steven, I mean, he's been a super user. He calls it Chatterella, by the way. I don't know if he's told you guys this. Steven, what's some of the stuff that you've created?
So yes, and Chatterella is my mistress, so she needed a name. So I spent a lot of time with her. So I've created one of the things I haven't shared with you guys yet is basically a start to finish guide to creating video content for your local markets and getting that out on social media, like from idea generation all the way to these are the hashtags you use when you post your video. I've created a recruiting book for existing agents. I've created a recruiting book for new agents. I'm working with the mortgage company to create some mortgage-based books. I've actually published 3 prompt journals on Amazon using ChatGPT, and I'm working on a 4th. And I cranked out the first 2 journals in a day. I had the idea Saturday morning, driving home from Delaware, and they were published by Sunday morning. That's how fast it is. So, and I'm also using it just for idea generation. Like, hey, what's a really good method to, create new business for blah? And you can just have a conversation with it and just keep asking questions. Yeah, but I don't want to spend very much money. No, I don't want to hire an assistant. I don't want to da. And it'll keep refining the list. I have done role playing with it. That thing, I tell you, if you can get an appointment set with ChatGPT, you are an expert. I tried, and it would not give me an appointment, but it made me think really hard about what I was saying. I told it to pretend it was a seller that I was calling about their expired listing, and that thing would not let me come to the house But I got really creative with the things I had to sit there and the objections it was throwing at me. I'm like, what do I say? Like, I've been doing this for 22 years and I'm stumped. So it's just, and now it's an app on my phone that I'm like I'm like driving down the street, talking to it, like asking it questions and stuff. So it's so robust. It's almost too robust. And this is kind of what brought the idea around when I talked to Drew and Mike is I said, you guys got me into the playground, and I sat there for 20 minutes going, what am I supposed to say to this thing? Like, I don't even know what to type. I said, it'd be really cool if you guys had like some pre-written stuff. And that's what you're seeing on the screen. Because it's hard to like narrow down because it can do so much. It's hard to know where to start with it. And to tag on to something he said earlier, again, what I had said was real estate, it's not going to replace real estate agents, but what I will say is, and I actually just wrote this in an article in Real Trends that went live last night. Real estate agents using AI will replace real estate agents not using AI. So it's not going to replace you, but it's a tool that you can use to replace people that aren't using it. So keep that in mind. It's, we change with the times.
Yeah, no, thanks for that, Stephen. It's 100% that you need to think of this as a dialogue and not a monologue, right? I know we're all used to like searching for things on the internet, right? And it's kind of like we search for it, okay, we found it. This thing, you can have a conversation with it, and it's going to create better, better content as much the more you engage with it. So we have some pre-written prompts here. I actually did a Facebook Live the other day to where I was creating some copy around Google Business and things like that people can leverage essentially to help their online presence. So I'm going to just take a couple of these, but also I'm going to start with some of the pre-written prompts that I have up here. But let's do draft an informative post to attract buyers or sellers, right? So this is for LinkedIn. This is for Facebook, real estate tips. Who are we targeting? We can say we're targeting homeowners, right? So we're going to go ahead, or homeowners looking to sell, even better. So we're going to go ahead and pipe that in. So what's happening right now in the background is all that natural language, the way that you and I communicate every single day, the AI is coming up with, and it's crafting a message that's going to be relevant to the audience in which we're sharing this content with. So it's going through, it's assigning a tone. There's a bunch of different things happening in the background that's really connecting the dots so that the output, again, is relevant and tangible to both you and the audience in which you're sharing this with. And it's thinking while this is coming up, again, being able to go outside the bounds. We have an excellent PDF that actually shows you additional prompts that we'll be able to distribute to you. But here we go. As a residential real estate agent, I often get asked by homeowners looking to sell their homes about the best tips and practices to make the process smoother. So I thought I'd share some of my top tips and answers to frequently asked questions to help you out. So it's going to create this copy, which you can then repurpose in, maybe you have a Canva template set up to where you want this to be something that you distribute via a newsletter, or maybe it's a direct mail piece. Again, you can repurpose this content wherever you want to repurpose it. But once it's done creating the copy itself, you can go through, read it, say, okay, I want to shorten this, or I want you to expand more on number one. Again, this is a dialogue and not a monologue. So I can say, shorten this to 300 characters, right? And it's gonna strip out a lot of the copy and make it more concise and easier to read. Because nowadays, I think everybody kind of knows, like, everybody's ADD and 27 tabs open and 875,000 unread messages in their inbox. So you want to make it short. So top tips for homeowners looking to sell: price your home right, stage it effectively, market it well, be prepared for showings, and negotiate effectively. Work with a real estate agent to ensure a smooth process. All right, so that's just one example of the pre-written prompts that we have available. What I want to show you, and I think we have a question. Let me see. Here we go. Okay, thanks, Drew.
And also to tag onto that, Sheila. So I did. I don't know if anybody saw the little video I did in the Facebook group. That's another feature that's on the other screen of the playground. Is I did a local thing for Stanton, and I just said I want to. I can't remember what you guys call it, neighborhood summary or whatever. And I said, talk about food, talk about something else, and talk about hiking. And it was really accurate about Stanton. It was pretty cool. And yes, so it can be very customizable. Yes, the best of
neighborhood best of, yeah. And I want to write it in a funny way. You always want to be careful when you want to read this before you share it with anybody. This is how we spell it, right, Steven?
Yes, that's correct.
VA.
Yep.
And then you don't necessarily need to choose something to highlight, but we're just going to go ahead and generate it anyway. But I was I had this thing writing. I forget what it was, but it started talking about sliding into the DMs of homeowners, and like that's not something that I'd want to put out there. So you just want to make sure you read this stuff before you distribute it. You can also say how long you want it to be. So if you want it to be short, you want it to be medium, you want it to be long. Also the type of style you want it written in. We have a bunch of different ones: excited, lighthearted, short story, inspirational, authority. Over time, what the AI is going to do is it's going to be able to identify how people like to be interacted with, to where, it's going to come up with copy that both, sounds original from you, but also speaks to whomever it is that you're talking to in their type of language. So welcome to Staunton. Crispy fried chicken at Wright's Dairy, right? So you can go ahead and just, again, use this copy and put it kind of anywhere you want. Again, social, you can drop it into a Canva template. It's really up to you. You can write an article for your website. Because again, creating content is another thing. I think it's not just real estate agents, but everybody as a whole is like, what do I write? Where do I start? Right. And that's what this is really meant to do. It's meant to give you a place to start when it comes to content creation. And then you can start adding your own spin on it. But let me go back to the playground and show you some of the other prompts. So I was working on these prompts the other day, and I did a Facebook Live. So one of the issues that I've kind of found, or not issues, one of the problems that again, not just real estate agents, but people in general have, is talking about themselves, right? Writing a bio for themselves. So I actually wrote this one. Let me take the brackets out, because I wanted to write a SEO friendly real estate bio for me, so that I can use that in my Google business profile. And then I'm going to put 7 years. So you see, your name is, I'm assigning it a persona. Your name is Michael Ehrlich, and you're a real estate agent in Montville, New Jersey. You've been licensed for 7 years, and you want to write an SEO-friendly, keyword-rich bio for your website. So SEO-friendly is search engine optimization. Not going to go down that rabbit hole, but Google is based off of keywords. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this, and it's going to go ahead and spit out a bio for me. I want to reread it. I can cut it down if I need to. But again, look at this as a dialogue. You're telling the AI, you're telling Chatterella what it is that you want it to write, and then refining it from there. And again, AI learns more about you over time, so that the output gets better and better every single time. One of the other ones, while this is spitting it out, is the list the top 20 keyword friendly services that a real estate agent can provide. So after this is done writing a bio for me that is, again, keyword fresh, then we'll input the other one. So as a skilled negotiator, expert in real estate marketing, all these are great keywords to include on your bio. There we go. So here's my bio. I can simply read it, copy it, paste it wherever I need to paste it, whether it's on a portal site, whether it's on my website, whether it's, wherever I can include that. The second one was, let me copy this. List the top 20 keyword-friendly services that a real estate agent can provide. So again, this was all used for my Google business. That was the use case here. But again, at the end of the day, you can repurpose this on your website. And again, just to help you create content easily, effectively, and with low lift. So this is really meant to be your digital assistant when it comes to content creation. So it's going to list out 20 different services. You can go through them. You can take some out because some of these things you might not do, especially legal advice. So we would script that out. And then finally, the third one, write a Google post target at first-time home buyers in 300 characters or less. So I wrote this one, and then I actually had the platform write a first-time home buyers guide, because I know, whether you use Keeping Current Matters or another service, this thing will write a first-time homebuyers guide for you to repurpose, or DIY projects at home that will help you increase your home's value. Literally anything you can pop in here and it's going to write it for you. So attention first-time homebuyers ready to make the leap into homeownership. Let's guide you through the process and expert advice and helpful tips. From finding the perfect home to securing financing, we've got you covered. Contact us today to get started. So those are just a few examples of what's possible within the playground. So let me just pause and see if anybody has any questions. Feel free to unmute yourself or put them in the chat window, or if there's a specific prompt you want me to write out, I'd be more than happy to write it out just so we can see what the output is.
Hey, Mike, maybe you can show them the drop down of all of the real estate prompts.
Yeah. So if we select real estate, so these are the different topics that are available to make it super easy to use. So it's kind of segmenting out the different topics that are available to make it super easy for you to kind of just click and generate. So if we click on real estate, let's see, find new ways to promote your listing. So if I click on that, and it's going to ask me to provide the listing address of the property. So I'll just hit 2 Green Meadows Road in Montville, New Jersey, 07045. So what this
and I have to give some credit to Mr. Steven Meadows on this one. He was our inspiration. And something that's really cool with this platform is that, anything that you guys need, anything at all, if you find yourself doing it more than once a week, more than once a month, we can build automation around all of this so it can do it for you and save you a ton of time. And that's kind of the beauty behind our platform, is that it's, if you did the same thing, if you had a research assistant do it, if you even had another agent as your mentor doing it. And we actually have a prompt that will act as your real estate mentor, which is really cool. It'll act as like the older, wiser you with like 25 more years in the business. This would cost you, we pay virtual assistants and it costs us thousands of dollars a month. This is pennies compared to what that is. And you can kind of see, what the output is, but it's a great place to start. So I'll hand it back to Mike.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's explore.
And while you're doing that, I will address Sheila's question. So Sheila asked about market stats. So the one thing to remember with ChatGPT specifically is, this is kind of a weird concept. It's only got data up to a certain point in time. So I think it goes to like somewhere in late 2021. So that's what's been like kind of preloaded into the system, unless they've updated it. So it's not going to have like minute to minute like updates. Like if you asked it, what's the weather today? It doesn't know that. It doesn't have that information available. But Drew said they're working on that. Of course they are. So that sounds like it's coming soon.
Yeah, no, as much as these platforms like to say they don't have access to the internet, They have access to the internet. I mean, Drew, you're seeing some of the stuff that's coming out to where the data, the 2021 data is a lot of it is not just it's not necessarily all just factual things. It's language. It's things like that. So you got to kind of. I'm going to show you something real quick to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So you're a real estate agent in Staunton, VA, and want to write an email to homeowners in the area, leveraging the fact that you have a buyer for their home. Include local real estate market stats in Staunton, VA, and convince.
I have to giggle because you can tell you're not from Stanton because you say Staunton. That's the joke. Is the U is put there to trick people into revealing they're not from here.
I thought you said Staunton.
No, I say Stanton.
Oh,
it's spelled Staunton.
Oh, okay.
Sheila knows exactly what I'm talking about.
This happened to me the other day. There's a place called Cairo, Georgia, and I called it Cairo because that's how it's spelled.
There's a Cairo, Illinois too. Yeah,
they take offense. I'm like, sorry. But what this is doing, this is writing an email to homeowners in this area, leveraging the fact that we have a buyer, but I've also assigned it a persona, right? And I'm saying pull local real estate market stats in Stanton, and convince the homeowner to call you. So it's also assigning a tone, because when I say convince the homeowner to call you, it's trying to write it in a persuasive way. Right. So this is what it's doing right now. Once it's done spitting out the actual email, you can say, I want to write it in a less salesy way. I want it to be more personable. Again, essentially, you can tell this exactly what it is you want it to do, and it's going to do it for you. But as far as like the amount of time it would take you to write something like this out, this is meant to save you time. It's low lift, high impact, as Drew likes to say, when it comes to content creation.
Yeah. So I know this stuff is wonderful, and it saves a ton of time. I can't even tell you how much it's helped me improve, my personal business just over the course of the last couple of weeks. I'm probably saving, anywhere from like 3 to 5 hours per day using this. But the coolest part of this platform, which Mike hasn't even demoed yet, is that we've hooked this up to over 350 million homeowners with their contact information, with all of their address information, bedroom, bathroom count, square footage, all that stuff. And what this can actually do for us is identify likely movers in your area. It can find similar homes to ones that you've sold. And it can actually spit out entire kind of like marketing campaigns, email campaigns, journeys to help you put prospecting and marketing on autopilot. So, just think about how much time it's saving you with the content creation. Now, just imagine one step further where it's actually doing everything for you, and it's sending all of this information out on your behalf. And that's my favorite part of the platform. Maybe we can demo that another time, because I know it's going to end up being a lot. But it's really cool, and we've had agents all over the country seeing incredible success with this. 45, 90 days in, they're getting listing appointments. Stephen was talking before about how it really like challenges him to become a little bit better at his pitch, his craft. We are drafting that entire pitch and craft for you, so you don't even have to worry about it. And it's personalized to every single person.
Yeah, for sure. So this is just another prompt that you can do. Again, you can play around in here, you can mess around, you can, and there's nothing you can break. So I mean, it's really just going in here and being able to write effective copy for whatever channel you want, and then just repurposing that and looking as being looked at as a thought leader when it comes to specific content, local content, and being the go-to real estate agent in the area. Any questions Any requests?
So I think if you want to, maybe I don't know if we want to delve completely into the campaign library and things like that, but I think, as Drew was saying, the enrichment data is pretty interesting, and I think they might find that alluring. So I'd at least show them what that looks like, because it's pretty cool.
Sure. Yeah. So the other part of the application is being able to not just enrich data, but also pull contacts. So we have some agents that will bring data to the platform, whether it be a list from title. I'm sure you guys have gotten those before, to where it has the street address, it has the homeowner's name, the configuration of the home, but it lacks contact information. You can upload that here, and what we'll do is we'll append contact information to that list. Also, maybe you did a pay-per-click campaign with a marketing company like a Google pay-per-click, like what's your home worth, and you have a lot of partial leads where it's just a street address. You can upload them here, and we'll append contact information to those. But you can also pull contacts from a map. So we have a few different segments available. I'm going to go ahead and click on likely movers. And Stephen, what's one of the bigger zip codes that you service?
Do 22601.
Got it. Winchester. So what we're going to do is we're going to calculate the number of likely movers in that area. And the way in which we do that is, I'll just kind of give you the watered down version. Is we take in property data, so home configuration, we append homeowner information to that property, and then we score them on their likelihood to move. What we're bringing in is demographic data, so life event, death, divorce. We have credit scores, we have net worth. We know what kind of car they drive. So we're taking different data points from that demographic data, assigning it to this list and saying these people are likely to sell. Think of it as, if you guys have ever, if anybody's ever seen the movie Good Will Hunting, we're writing an algorithm on a chalkboard. The third part is actually validating that the contacts information is correct, specifically the email addresses, because this is also outside of just the playground. This is an email platform to where you can reach out to these homeowners via email. So what you can do is you can reach out to, right now we're at 350 homeowners. We're expanding that to where you can kind of send out to less than 350, more than 350, but you can reach out directly to these homeowners with information that's tangible and relevant to them. So once you've compiled your list, you can go ahead and select a campaign. So we have a bunch of different campaigns available. I usually stick to the core four for me. I have buyers, just sold, there's still interest, just listed, and then the blank one. So the blank one could be whatever you've had the AI write in the playground. But for this one, I'm going to do I have buyers. So the first thing you would do is you would import the contacts that you pulled from the list or that you uploaded to the system. And then this is the first email message that's going out. So you saw me earlier log in with my Gmail or my G Suite account. So all of this is done through your email. So all of these emails appear in your sent items. Any and all responses come directly to your inbox for you to manage from there. But this first message, you'll see that the subject line is the street. This is essentially the street address of the recipient. So whatever their home address is what's going to appear in the subject line. 70% plus open rates. I mean, if you got an email with your home address, you're probably going to open it. And then you'll see here, personalizing the actual messaging to that homeowner. Hi, first name. I'm sure you weren't expecting my email, but I wanted to reach out because I'm working with someone who's very motivated to buy something in our neighborhood. And if the data is available, we can even put, especially if the home has at least, whoops. And then this is a drop down to where you can, again, personalize the message even more. So I'm going to select bedrooms. And then we're going to do around, and then we'll pull square feet in as well. Square feet. So what's going to happen is these fields are going to essentially inherit whatever the configuration of the home is. So if the homeowner has a 3-bedroom, it's going to say 3-bedroom. If they have a 2-bedroom, it's going to say 2-bedroom. Same thing with square footage. To make it more personalized to the recipient that you're reaching out to, because you're talking specifically about their home. So it seems it's less of a blast, right? This is all plain text. That's by design. We want to ensure deliverability. To kind of give you a little context around that, I'm sure we've all gotten that email from another country saying, I have $3 billion in a vault in Manhattan. It's yours if you send me $1,000 in Apple gift cards. The reason it ends up in your inbox because it's all plain text. We do follow canned spam, so if a homeowner wants to opt out, they can do that. Our opt-out rates are less than 1%, so we don't really have a problem there. If the homeowner doesn't respond to the first email, they get a second email 4 days later. You can set this interval pretty much to whatever you want it to be. We found 3 to 4 days to be the sweet spot. 1 to 2 days can be annoying. But essentially, this is meant to bring it back to the top of their inbox. So if you've ever, to kind of put context around that, if you've ever seen a picture on Facebook that was like taken in 2006 and now it's on your timelines because somebody just commented on it, right? So this is bringing this back up to the top of the inbox so that they can engage with you. And you'll see here, hi, first name. I just want to make sure my email didn't slip through the cracks. Would you have any interest in speaking with me about them? You can customize this copy. You can add additional what we call merge tags that contain information like square footage, full bathrooms, but you can also have the AI rewrite it for you. So if you wanted to be more optimistic in your email, what's going to happen is the AI is going to sub out the verbiage, the copy that's currently in the email, with verbiage that's more optimistic, but also leverage the merge tags that we have available. So like first name, bedroom count, bathroom count, within the email itself, again, to make it a more personalized outreach to that homeowner. You can send up to 5 follow-up emails from the platform itself. You can either write those yourself or you can have the AI write them for you. It's really up to you. But once you're cool with the copy and the cadence of the email, you simply just need to name the campaign for the DI as buyers, and then I can put Stanton PA. And then what I would do is I would schedule my campaign. We have a predefined send schedule, so you don't have to worry about it. To where we've identified a cadence that works. So we reach out to 10 to 12 homeowners per day. Some days it can be as much as 15. I'll give you an example. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. we found people to be more active, so we'll increase that send number to 15 homeowners. But we send Monday through Friday. We don't send any on the weekends because the results have been less than optimal. It just seems like people don't want to be bothered on the weekends. And it takes about a month to complete the journey with regards to the campaign. But what this is meant to do is really start a conversation with the homeowner around something that's, again, information that's relevant and tangible to them, as opposed to, you've seen it. Some people cold calling triple line dialers. When do you plan on interviewing people to list your home this summer? It's good luck getting them on the phone. And then good luck, getting that appointment. This is a better way of scaling out your prospecting, again, and connecting with homeowners on a channel that both you and the homeowner feel comfortable, and that's email. Drew, Steven, anything you want to add to that?
I mean, it's cool tech. I think even Holly's like, that's interesting stuff.
I'm sitting over here playing with mine and doing the same thing and seeing if what it would come out on the same circumstances.
It is a lot of information. And this was an extremely high level overview of just some of the things. This was, meant to sort of pique your interest in AI in general. And as I said at the beginning, there's so much, it's hard to know where to begin. So what I love about this specific platform is it helps kind of hone in on what I'm actually trying to accomplish. Like, instead of staring at a blank chat screen, I have things that'll kind of tickle my brain and go, oh, I should try that. I should, I can do this. So I'll give you a really quick example of something we're doing in real life for the company. So over in Delaware, we have the vacation rentals. And we've been trying to increase engagement on social media. So I taught Beth how to use ChatGPT to take the listing description, she pastes it in, and it will write a Facebook caption based on the listing description of the house. And so it's really helping her to crank out the social media content, because she's not having to sit there and like, what do I say? Like, I don't know. It's like literally just copy. I gave her the prompt, and then she just pastes in the listing description. And now she has a Facebook caption based on that. I mean, you can also write listing descriptions with this. Again, make sure you read it. But there's just so many things that has a real estate application to it.
What I've seen with listing descriptions is a lot of agents, because we have it built into where you can provide like the bedroom count, bathroom count, and whatnot. What I see a lot of agents do is they'll go to MLS, they'll take the old listing description and just say, rewrite this.
Yeah.
And it'll rewrite it for them, and then they'll just add whatever, upgrades or renovations were done to the property to make it super easy.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to rewrite something than to start from scratch. And from that perspective, but then also, like we were talking about earlier, it's not going to be 100% perfect. It may spit out 4 or 5 paragraphs of stuff. You may go, wow, I need to change this, I need to change that. It's way easier and much faster to rewrite and change a few words here and there than to sit down and type it all out. As a blogger, I can tell you, sitting down and writing an article is time consuming. And if I just need some quick content to throw out on social or something, push a button, change a few things, I take it and I can go, help me come up with ideas on what to write. Now write something. Now give me a great title. Now give me an SEO snippet. Now give me some hashtags. And I can it keeps building on the same idea, and it's the same thought stream. And so it knows what I'm asking for. And then by the end, I have everything. I can just drop it into my blog or whatever. So there's, like I said, I could gush about AI for a long time, and I won't. But we're also in a spot to where it's still fairly new, so the time to get in is now, as opposed to like I'll one of these days we'll figure it out. Like now is now is where you need to build the foundation, because if not, it's gonna pass people by. So I can't stress that enough. Even if you're just taking 15 minutes out of your day and playing around with it, just do it, because at some point, it's going to get even easier to use. But you need to get your feet wet with it. So that's my thing. Exactly. So as I've said, ChatGPT itself will save you a ton of time. And there are tons of different platforms that you can go out and use that interface with ChatGPT. What I personally love about Scout is that it takes it a step further and helps you save time using ChatGPT. So now it's not just, because I'll be honest, I'm just, me, I'm not going to try to like sell something. It's, yes, could you go and use ChatGPT directly? Of course you could. It's very time consuming. I have invested probably 40, 50, 60 hours of my own time learning to talk to this thing. If I would have just used Scout the whole time, I probably would have, been able to crank out my content in a fraction of the time, but I wanted to learn it for myself. So that's what I really like about the platform they've built, is it takes something that anybody can use and they simplify it to where it's accessible and you're not wasting so much of your time. It's like, wow, in the time it took me to learn how to use this thing, I could have just done it myself. But with this stuff, it's like push the button, type it in, and you're good. So they've created something that I think that is very important for real estate agents, because they understand how busy we all are. And so this meeting was not meant to be a sales pitch, but they have put together an offer for our people because I've been helping them out. I wanted you guys to just get exposed to AI a little bit, but I think starting with something like Scout is a perfect entry into this platform rather than going directly to the source and trying to figure out ChatGPT for yourselves. So I will let them tell you about what they're offering for Coldwell Banker Premier agents.
Yeah, thanks, Stephen. So again, we're building this specifically for the residential real estate community to make this really, really easy. It's very, very, easy to get lost in the sauce and not know where to start. So, with the help of Stephen, more users, this just gets smarter every single day. And I know there's a lot of talk about it, and some of it's hype, but the truth is this is going to be the most impactful technology ever built in our generation. I think even more so than the internet. So like Mike likes to say, it's like getting in on sunlight before there was sunlight. We generally don't do any discounts at all, but because we love Steven, he's on our ambassador board, we created a package just for you guys. It is going to be short-lived, so we're going to give it until the end of the month. And what we're doing, we have two different packages. We have one which is playground only, so that's just the AI creator studio that you guys saw. Very, very affordable. That is $25 a month. With that, we will also give you 25 free enrichment credits. So that's your ability to go into the map, pull down, say, hey, I want to see like 25 likely movers. We're going to give you that no charge. On the other side, where we have the automated outreach, so that's the playground plus the outreach plus 350 contacts per month, and it just keeps on going for you. That's $350 per month. On that, we're going to give you a month free. So it's the fourth month when you sign up for a 3-month contract, we give you the fourth month free on that one. And I think, Stephen, you have a link. Is it the CB Scout? Should I drop that one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, as you guys know, I love to do, I created a subdomain because it's nice and easy for us to remember. So that cbscout.premiermove.com will drop you where you need to go if you're interested in signing up. Like you said, the playground, $25 a month. I mean, when we had Gnome, doing the social media services, I mean, that was $25 a month. This is so much more than what we had with the social media calendar. And I think you guys will see a lot of value in just that, but those enrichment credits are massive. Like, Holly, does a lot of the lead gen stuff. Having homeowner data like that is like really, really valuable. You have no idea how hard it is. Well, you probably do know how hard it is to find someone's contact information. So even if you're just getting 25 of those a month, that's awesome. But, and I'll be honest with you guys, Drew and Mike, you guys, I didn't know the 350 included 350 contacts. I thought it was like 100. So that's an insane amount of contacts. I wasn't aware of that. So shame on me for not reading the stuff. I thought it was 100 people a month. So the data is extremely valuable. So yeah, anyway, that's my 2 cents about it.
As you guys know, whenever you kind of like start out, it's very reasonable and it just gets more expensive from there. So we will get more expensive from here. But for anyone who signs in, they get grandfathered into the original price. So, we love Steven, we love you guys. We're happy to work with anybody in the CB family. So if you guys are interested, we are always here for you. I will volunteer, myself and Mike to answer any questions. We have an amazing team. Everybody comes from real estate for like decades in real estate tech. So, we're here to work with you. We're here to help you and help you find success, whether that means growing your top line or getting more efficient with your bottom line. That's what the Scout platform is here to do for you.
And I will say one quick interjection on that. To find a tech company that's actually built by people in the actual industry they're serving is rare. I think several of us have encountered technology where it's like, have you ever real estated before? Like, this is not how it works. Like, why would you even design it this way? And so that's why I like these. I mean, Mike and I used to work together at Realogy back in the day. So Yeah, I love the fact that they're actually in the real estate industry designing technology for real estate agents, because that is a rare thing.
Yeah, Steven can't shake me.
Keeps following me around.
Yeah. Yeah, but also, on top of this, we're gonna be offering training because, at the end of the day, you're still gonna have questions, regardless of how great the tech is. Like, I'll give you an example. I share this sometimes. I was in the middle of a webinar. My mom kept calling me and calling me and calling me and calling me. And I'm like, well, what's going on? What's wrong? She's like, how do I poke people on Facebook? I wish this AI was around so that she's like, I'm like, first, who are you poking? And second of all, you're calling me over and over and over again. So like, again, there needs to be training in order to use this type of technology to get you pointed in the right direction. And at some point, you're just going to be on autopilot just using the thing. So it's not just the application, it's also being able to provide you with the guidance that you need in order to really leverage it the way you need to leverage it. Because I was reading something the other day, even though there's 100 million users on ChatGPT, a lot of them are still very basic and not knowing what to do with it. They logged in, but they're like, what do I use it for? So, there's that extra hand holding to be able to help you really harness the power of this technology.
Awesome. Well, any last questions for them? I don't know if you guys want to. How would they contact you if they have questions? Is there a general contact, or if you want to do that? I've got to jump right at 10:30, but I can leave the meeting open if you guys need to have questions or anything. I'm happy to do that. Leave it open.
Yeah, so for anybody who has questions, we have a chat bot right on our website. Just say like, hey, I want to talk to a human, and you'll get routed straight to somebody, right? The first part is AI. We have to have something do our jobs for us, make it easier. The second thing, if you want to talk to somebody through email and you're more traditional like me, hi@trustscout.com. I'm going to drop that in the chat right now, and I'll also stay on. I think this was scheduled for like another 3 minutes, but I've got another 10. If anybody has any burning questions, just come off mute and happy to answer. If multiple agents in the same area use this, is it going to create similar content for everybody? It looks like maybe one copy to another. Great question. So we actually work exclusively in certain areas on the outreach portion of this. If you are looking to use this, the first thing that we do is we have somebody reserve a zip code, right? So they get exclusivity in that zip code to use Scout to contact people there. We do not want people thinking that they're getting contacted by multiple people with similar scripts in like, a short time period. So that's how we handle that. We have, on the back end, there are some things that we can do. It generally depends on population density. If it's a really, really big area and we can have multiple people work without overlap, then we do, but it's on a case-by-case basis. Unfortunately, it's kind of like first come, first serve in a lot of those areas. So you have to check out on the website. And there's a link at the top right, I want to say, that lets you claim your zip code or see if your zip code is available. Keep in mind that exclusivity is only for the send portion of the platform, not for like the AI creator studio.
Yeah, just quickly, because I saw this pop up. Somebody was saying, I'm trying to sign up, didn't see the $25 sign up. I suggest you start with that $25 sign up, and I'll drop a link here that doesn't require a zip code reservation, but it's going to get your feet wet in the platform so that you can see the campaigns and the contacts and all that kind of stuff. So let me just quickly.
Mike, do you want me to drop app.trustscout? Is that what you're looking for?
No. So the
okay.
So if they follow our link, it's not going to take them to the $25 option.
It's the playground link on our website, Drew, unless you have something else.
Got it. Mike's going to drop a link for you guys to get right to the $25 option.
So that's what I suggest, again, just to kind of get your feet into this whole AI thing, because again, it's new for everybody. And then once you have a feel for that, being able to kind of graduate to sending campaigns and whatnot, so you know exactly what to say, and how to really drive the AI to help you generate more business.
Okay, is there mobile option app? Right now, this is only desktop. We've packed so much into this that it's getting there. We're building a lot into it. It should be mobile within the next couple of months, but for right now, it's really desktop only. If you have a team, does each member need the $25 fee? So it's attached to everyone's individual email address. That's how you log in, is through your email. If I'm not going to tell you like this is, kind of like Netflix. Like if you guys use the same email address and you're like, hey, go check it out and use it. If you want to save the $25, but let them see all of your emails, be my guest. I'm not going to kick you off for at least, 4 years. But yes, generally this is a per seat license basis, and also the value that you get with $25 is like, it's insane. All right, no other questions, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't have.
Need to have it available to all. Yeah, so sometimes when there's like a ton of demand and generated on the platform, it can be a little slow. I think you saw it. It's about as slow as it's ever going to be when we were demoing today. But it's, we're working on making it faster. We've got full availability for everybody. Everybody can use it at the same time. So I would say, go ahead, sign up. You got literally nothing to lose. If you spend $25 over the course of a month and it forces you to like create new content and start getting you like the word out there, or like even gives you some new ideas, totally worth it. Right? I spent more than that last night on groceries that I didn't even need. Cheetos. It's telling that I should not now be able to log in. Mike, maybe we can help Craig out. Cheese that goes crunch. Yeah. Actually, the extreme hot ones are really good.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I don't know. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what Craig. What's going on? Also I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna drop my Calendly link. So if you want to do like a one-on-one kind of
It's a
thing.
typo. You need to change the word "not" to "now." That's all.
Oh, okay.
I was like, "What do
How
you mean I
long is the
can't
special good
log
for,
in?
and
What is
when will
this?"
the link expire? Okay, so how long is the special good for? When will the link expire? So, like I said, we don't discount for anybody other than you guys, which is why we're putting a strict, I think it's like 6 days till the end of the month. What I would do is, if you're not ready to if you're thinking about the $350 a month and you're not ready to make that jump yet, what you can do is sign up for the playground. I would sign up for that, and then we can kind of grandfather you into that deal where we'll give you the 4th month free. And then after that, it kind of, goes away until I have no idea when.
And I just dropped my Calendly link. So if again, if you guys after you sign up, you want to kind of go through it or have questions, I am at your disposal.
Yeah, and I guess the last thing I'll leave everybody with is, if you want to see a one-on-one demo, or you want to see a live demo again, because you're walking your dog or texting and driving, we also have the ability. You guys can sign up for live demos. Right, just go to trustscout.com, use Stephen's link. It's all there, and we run them about 3 times a day, so we can get you guys taken care of.
All right. If there's nothing else, I guess we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah. Thank you guys for your time. Appreciate it. Everybody have a successful and productive week.
Yes. Thank you.
This was great. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Mary.